What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a deck profile for the BT15 format. I know we've done all of our deck profiles, but it's a long format. We got 2 months to go before BT16 rears its looming head, and I have a few more decks that I really want to go over because I was playing a lot of the regular, expected BT15 deck profiles like Melga, and I like the deck. It's a cool deck, but there are some decks that are just really dear to my heart, and they continue to be good in these newer formats and continue to have cards that are really helps their support. And I just wanted to highlight this one. This is Blue Allforce. One of my favorites. Took it to a tournament, did all right with it, but I've really learned a lot more since then. And I definitely think that Allforce is an amazing deck and just has so many cool things it can do. And I definitely want to play this in this format. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the card choices and, and hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, we'll get into it here. We have our eggs. I'm playing the 1 Bukamon and the 4 Wanyamon. Bukamon being the inheritable jamming. If your stack's bigger than your opponent, Wanyamon being when attacking once per turn. If you have a blue tamer in play, draw 1. So this is really good. I don't see the point in not playing this because if it comes up, it comes up. It doesn't really hurt your game. I mean, yeah, you'll draw 1 last card, but a lot of the time it's just as good. So I think you'll probably never get to the 5th egg, but I definitely don't mind, having both options. So that's our babies right there. Going into our level 3s, we play 4 of the Searcher Vmon, which is the reveal top 3 out of Veedramon card and a Tamer. As inheritable, when you play a blue Tamer, gain a memory, which is very important to the deck. You've got to play 4 copies. We play 4 of the Vmon from BT8. If your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, this Digimon may Digivolve into an UlforceVeedramon in your hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring the Digivolution requirements. So it warps, helps you warp. When attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So there's that too. So it does help early game with getting your hand size up there. You want this one because late game he's super good. If you can get him out and have 4 memory, you can potentially win late game because you can go straight into Allforce. And then we have 3 copies of the EX1 Vmon, who's just there for the inheritable. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain a memory. Again, it's basically the same ability as this. You're going to be unsuspending when you play Tamers with your Allforce, so it gets you a memory in kind of the same way. It's different, but it's in the same kind of vein of effects. So you do have that. This is the guy you want to put in the back. He's the best guy in there. Or this guy, you want to play this guy if possible. And we have cool new different ways to do that. It's just 11 rookies, which does feel low and can kind of hurt sometimes, but it's not terrible. And honestly, the deck is super tight for space. We play 4 of the Veedramon from BT11. He's your turn once per turn. When you play when one of your blue Tamers is played, draw 1. So he draws for you playing your Tamers. Not something I do quite often. It's more there for the inheritable. When one of your blue Tamers is played, gain 1 memory. So that's really cool because you can, with the other inheritables, you can gain 2 memory back on your Allforce, which can stop you from passing turn. We play 4 of the new Magnamon from ST17, and he's Digivolves from a Vmon for 3. So, I mean, hey, all your level 3s are Vmons. Why not? He has security. If he's hit off security, de-Digivolve 1 Digimon. It's just de-Digivolve 1 Digimon, which means you could do your own. But at the end of the battle, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into this card without paying the Digivolution cost. So if you have a Vmon on the field, it's really good, and your opponent hits this, you can just Digivolve right into him. And then when Digivolving, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon for each of that Digimon's colors, then return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the hand. So that can be really, really good, especially on decks that summon big monsters without having any Digivolution sources. So that can be really good too. You're probably only going to hit one card most of the time, but if your opponent is playing a dual colored card, you will hit two. He has Blocker and Armor Purge, so if you swing with him and it dies, your Vmon's still on the board. We play two of the Lanamon, the best blue hybrid, basically, in my opinion. It digivolves. It can digivolve for 2 on a level 3, or it can digivolve on one of your Tamers, so Tamer for game. And then when digivolving, by placing a blue level 3 Digimon card from your hand as the bottom Digivolution card, one of your blue Digimon to the bottom Digivolution card of one of your blue Digimon, so it doesn't have to be this one. This Digimon game's jamming for the turn. So again, super good, can potentially win you games. You got to play 2 of it, it's really good. So that's all we're playing for the level 4s, 10 level 4s, kind of standard, but they're really all really, really, really good. The Magnamon is a cool new addition. We've dropped the Leomon package. We play 4 of the UlforceVeedramon that lets you main, suspend it, reveal top 3, and add all Tamers to hand, all blue Tamers. Of course, it's got the inheritable that when attacking, you can activate one of your Rina Shinomiya's on-play effects, so you get that on-play from Rina every turn. This is the guy you want, but we also play 1 of the UlforceVeedramon that gives you Sec +1 inheritable if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, and then it has jamming, so you can attack with it and then go all force and unsuspend, which is kind of what you want to do. Basically, you need your level 5 to suspend, so that's why that guy has jamming, so he can just attack. So it can be really good too. So just the one of that's kind of an aggro option, but the other guy's the one you really want to see because he helps you get all your pieces in hand. We're playing for Ulforce, of course, the main man. From BT11, when digivolving, you may play a blue Tamer from your hand for free, and then your turn when you play a blue Tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. So if you do use any attack or use the other UlforceVeedramon's ability, and he unsuspends, and then your turn once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand. For every blue Tamer you have in play, add 1 to the max level, so you can bounce a high monster, but it is mandatory, so the first time it will go off. So you gotta, target something, because it is not a you may. It's just return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. So hopefully you have enough Tamers on board to make it worth it. So yeah, he's your main guy, and then we play 1 X-Antibody because digivolves from Ulforce. You don't play X-Antibody because you're always going to be digivolving, hopefully, from one of this guy. Unsuspend this Digimon, one of your blue Tamers, so he can unsuspend, so you can get more swings in. All turns once per turn when a Digimon becomes unsuspended, if you have a blue Tamer in play, or this Digimon has UlforceVeedramon and its Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the owner's hand. So again, you can bounce again. You don't need Ulforce under him because it does have the ability to do that. And potentially with your arenas, you can still activate them to use his main effect to unsuspend constantly in the turn. So it's still really, really, really good. So that's it for our level 6s. We play 1 Death Xmon as our last Digimon, because Death Xmon is super good in the format, being able to digivolve, board wipe, and play when your opponent goes wide. It's just important. It's just important. Now on to our huge amount of Tamers. We play the Rina, which is the heart and soul of the deck. On play until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon with Vmon or Veedramon gains block or evade. So this is the thing you can activate again and again, so it doesn't have to be on play with your UlforceVeedramon inheritable. All turns when one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name becomes suspended. By suspending this Tamer, activate one of that Digimon's when digivolving effects. So again, you can activate his ability to play more Tamers, which will then unsuspend him. So so as you attack to suspend, you can activate your Rinas. You can tap your Rinas, and then of course when you do become unsuspended, you can also activate its your turn once per turn ability. When one of your blue Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain 1 memory. So that can be really good too. So it helps you, again, not pass turn if you have to go all force with like a couple memory, you can definitely get at least 3 or 4 memory back. And sometimes you can get enough memory that if you're able to clear all security, then you can just land them on for game. So super important. You want to see it. You need to see it. We play 3 of the Thai V-Tamer, which is main. If you have a Digimon in its name, by suspending this Tamer, you can either draw or gain 1,000. Helps you get over certain things that you're worried about in security. It'll never really get you up to like 1,500, so you're kind of hoping that your opponent's security isn't stacked, but it's just kind of the risk you take, one check at a time, right? So, or you can draw into your pieces if you're still looking for stuff. We play 2 of the new Davis, the promo. Start of your main phase, if you have a Digimon with free in its traits, gain 1 memory. In combination with your memory tamer, this can get you to 4 memory every turn. So if you do have to use the warp Vmon here, you have enough memory to go into all force and not pass turn, because that doesn't gain you any memory. So that is super important. And then on play, activate the following effects. You may play a Vmon from your hand without paying the cost. The sweet thing about that is you can just open, put something in the back, play him, and then play your Searcher Vmon, and you've effectively, for the same amount, you've got your search and you've got a Tamer on board, which is always good. And it gets you memory. We play 2 of the Memory Tamer Davis, which reveals top 3, adds a blue and a green. It's never going to add a green, but he's just there for your Memory Tamer and to add you a piece potentially. 1 Matt and Sora from BT9. Start of your main phase. If you have 8 or more cards in your hand, gain memory. And if your opponent has 8 or more, you gain another memory. So just more memory gain. When one of your red or blue Digimon becomes unsuspended, you may suspend this Tamer to return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its hand. So when your opponent goes wide, you can just start returning stuff to their hand. Stop them from being able to do anything. We also play 1 Sora Joe Dual Tamer, which if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, gain 2 memory. And when your turn, when you attack with a blue Digimon, you may suspend this to trash the up to 2 Digivolution cards from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. So again, source stripping, which is good because in combination, because you have a little bit of source stripping there with the Magnamon, as well as memory gain and bouncing, both of which I think is important. A lot of this credit on this deck profile goes to my friend from the Burke City Discord, Kwee, and he runs 3 Davis. I'm not a 3 Davis guy. I don't like the idea because Davis can put your arenas on the bottom of your deck, and I just feel that that is super not good. So I personally like 2 Davis, and then this because I feel like it gives me alternate options to get around opponents' boards. So I do like that. That's the Tamers. I believe that's 10 Tamers. No, more than 10. Because it's like 13 Tamers. Because with the, sorry, I wasn't counting the V-Tamers. 13 Tamers. Huge Tamer lineup. But you need it because you need to, if you want to keep checking, you got to keep playing Tamers. And the more arenas you have, the better. Lastly, mental training, because this does not put your arenas on the bottom for that. 1 memory boost, because I honestly, memory boost is nice, having a little bit of memory to be able to do things with, like play a Tamer if you have to. So I find 1 of this is okay, because at least it's not going to put arena on the bottom all the time. But the mental trainings are definitely better. And they do reduce your Digivolution costs. A lot of the time you're going to Digivolve in the back, but if you have to move up front to, you have the ability to do that too if you want. So again, all force, still really strong. The Magnamon is super, super good. I love this deck. It's just so much fun, and it's been doing really well for my friend, like I said, and I think it's a great deck and a good choice for this current meta. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think this is good enough for the BT15 tournaments, or do you think that this is just a little bit too old? I still love it. It's one of my favorite blue decks. Like I said, I had to take apart Malga because I really wanted to play it, especially when I figured out the Magnamons could be so good in this. So tell me what your thoughts are down below. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.